I almost want to take my life. I want to, because I want to get poison and just take it because now I'll be like a liability to the family. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's not easy, sir. I know what I'm saying. It's not easy. At the time, I still have to believe in myself that if I get help, I stand up on my feet again. I should be able to walk. I want to be a man of God. I want to be a minister in the vineyard. But life challenges and circumstances has always life has not been fair. Life is just very, very hard on my side. I don't know why. It's not easy. But I hope I will overcome. Even when I have the both legs, life has not been easy. I still got into accident and lost one of my leg. It's a nightmare, sir. It's a tragedy. The pains were so too much. So yesterday, that almost every day, my mother and my father, they cried. My younger ones cried. I'm the firstborn of the family, and I'm the only man in the family. The rest of my siblings are girls. At the time, they stopped my treatment because we were unable to give them the remaining money. The money that they bill us at the hospital, where they amputate my leg, was 890,000, sir. And then we have been able to raise 250,000 for the hospital. I work in Aja area, where they call Lakwe. I work as a security man in a building. And then the name of organization I work for is called Nigerian Legion.
Nigerian Legion?
Yes, sir.
You still work there?
I worked there not until the ugly incident happened on the 27th of May. That was when I stopped working.
And 27th of May, which year?
Of 2021. And I've been in the hospital ever since then to take treatment for the surgery that I undergo on the 14th of June. They amputate my leg on the 14th of June 2021 this year, sir.
What actually happened?
I was coming from work on the 27th of May. So I reached Ota toll gate here. Then I entered a bike. So the bike has to run in between a car and a trailer. So it was the trailer that hit us in the front of the car, and then the car has to climb my leg and then hit the bike man. So from there they have to take me to an hospital, the state hospital in Otaye. So there they didn't attend to me because we were unable to raise money for what they asked us to raise money for. So my leg started spoiling. So my dad, with tears and a struggle, asked to take me to an orthopedic hospital. Then there they didn't even attend to us again because we were unable to raise money, the kind of money they asked for us. So when the thing has now started affecting me, there was a doctor that came around and checked that this guy will die if he didn't amputate this leg as fast as possible. So that was when they now rushed me to a hospital called Caring Angel Hospital in Ota. So still we were unable to raise money. So they transferred me from there to Divine Success Hospital in Singa area. That was where they amputate my leg on the 14th of June this year, sir. So there and we can't raise the money. There was a little money my family and my younger ones raised. That was what we paid them, which is 230 something. That was what we gave them. Then they did the surgery. So at the time they stopped my treatment because we were unable to give them the remaining money. So we have to start begging around, looking for people that can help us so that at least they can treat the leg, because there's still injury on the leg that I used to treat every 3 days. I take injection and many medications like that need money. So that is why I'm begging that Nigerians should please help me. I need money to pay the hospital bills, and if also I get artificial leg, so I'll be able to walk around and walk again.
How much were you earning as salary at the place you were working as security officer?
They pay me 28,000 per month, sir.
Per month.
Yes, sir.
You were going to Aja every day from Songo.
I go to Aja 2 days, sir. It's 2 days on duty, 2 days off duty, sir. So if I go like that, I will come back again. So there's nothing left for me. It's just little money to eat.
Why did you decide to do the security work? Why security work?
I have looked for a job all around. I've even worked in so many factories like that. I managed to finish. I managed to finish national diploma in electrical electronics engineering in Oliver Central Polytechnic. So I use it to walk around, but still on still they don't pay us well. All I can earn, I even did my IT in PHCN. All they give us then is 15,000, 20,000. They're unable to pay us well, but still, I still have to do something. That is why I go into security jobs, sir.
The security outfit, what did they say about the accident? Did they say anything about the incident?
Some of my colleagues that they know me raised some money for us. That was inside the 230 something thousand that we paid to the hospital. Some of my colleagues they raised money for me. The one that gave me 2,000, the one that gave me 5,000, the one that gave me 1,000. That is all we gathered to be able to pay the advance that we gave to the hospital before they did the surgery of the amputation, sir.
Okay, so before this incident, what were some of your aspirations? What were some of your goals? I mean, aside working as a security officer, that must not have been the end result. What were you targeting? What was your plan?
I want to be an electrical engineer. That was the first thing I want to do. And I went to Bible college school too. So I actually want to, at the end of my life, I want to be a pastor. I want to be a preacher. That was what I want to be.
You want to be a preacher?
Yes, sir. I want to preach the gospel of God. I want to preach the word of God. That was what I want to do. Aside from being an electrician, electrical engineer.
Okay. So, this your ministerial calling. Do you think you can still do it in spite of this incident?
Uh, I think I should be able to do the job. I think I should be able to be a preacher if I get an artificial leg that fits in for my leg. I think I should be able to be a preacher.
What did your family members say? How did they take the news about the amputation and everything? How did they take it? What did your parents say? Your mom, your dad, your siblings? What did they first say to you?
Almost all of them lost hope because even when I still have the two leg, it's not as if life is very easy for us. So they think it has finished on my side. But few of them used to encourage me and said I should sit up, that it is not the end of time, it is not the end of life, that by the grace of God I'll stand up again and get back to what I want to be in life. It was a tragedy. It's not easy at all. I went through a lot of pains and they were there looking at me. It was not easy for them to. The pains were so too much to the extent that almost every day my mother and my father they cried, my younger ones cried. It's not easy at all for us, sir. It's not easy.
Tell us about your siblings. How many siblings do you have?
I have 3 siblings, including me. We are 4. I'm the firstborn of the family, and I'm the only man in the family. The rest of my siblings are girls. So, and that's not been easy. It's not as if life is easy for us until the ugly accident happens, sir.
So you said they said, or you said, or you thought before that even when you had both legs, things were not easy. Now that you had this accident, then things got worse.
Things have gone worse, I won't lie to you. But sometimes they are not. There's nothing to it because we have used all our money to pay for medication and for drugs and for the treatment of the leg. It has not been easy at all. Even when I have the both legs, Life has not been easy. I still got into accident and lost one of my leg. It's a nightmare, sir. It's a tragedy. It has not been easy at all, sir. I won't lie to you.
When you were earning 28,000 naira, yes, as security officer,
Yes, sir.
what were you doing? How were you helping the family with the money, or how important was that money to the family?
The money is very, very important, sir, because inside I will have to raise like sometimes I raise like 5,000 for the family or 10,000 at the end of the month. But now there's nothing to raise anymore. It was very, very important for us, sir. That is why I'm doing the job.
Okay, so since June now, you said the leg was amputated June 14,
Yes, sir.
June 14,
It was
2021.
amputated June 14th, sir, 2021.
June 14, yeah.
Yes, sir.
And then we have July and then
It-
August. So it's just been barely 2 months.
It's just 2 months, sir. It's just 2 months, sir. And the injury is yet to be healed. As you can see, sir, is the injury is still there. I'm treating it. I used to go to hospital every three days to treat the injury. Sometimes I have to stay in the hospital complete 1 week. The doctor have to tell me that I should stay, that they can do some tests and some certain things like that, so that the injury can heal both in and out, sir. So it has not been easy for me at all, sir.
When you sit down by yourself sometimes, do you want to share some of your thoughts with us? Like, do you mind sometimes when you sit down and think about, do you want to share some of your thoughts with us?
When the incident happened, I almost want to take my life. I want to, because yes, there was a time there was a time I want to get poison and just take it because now I'll be like a liability to the family. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's not easy, sir. I know what I'm saying. It's not easy. At the time, I still have to believe in myself that if I get help, I stand up on my feet again. I should be able to walk. I should be able to walk. I want to be a man of God. I want to be a minister in the vineyard. But life challenges and circumstances has always life has not been fair. Life is just very, very hard on my side. I don't know why. It's not easy. But I hope I will overcome. I believe I will overcome, no matter how the case might be.
So I was going to ask you, do you genuinely have hope? Do you genuinely believe that you get better at this? Do you genuinely have that faith that things will get better?
Yes, I have hope. I have hope that things will get better again. Things will get better again because ever since I was born, we were born into abject poverty, and then things has not been easy right from time. So I believe that I did not die since I was young. Even now, I got into accident. The accident was so fatal. The bike man that carried me died. Still, I survived it. I think God is trying to write something back to the devil. I think he kept me for a reason. That is one of the things that motivates me, and I used to feel like there's still something to do in this life.
Let's talk about the bills. How much did you incur while trying to get treatment, and how much have you been able to pay from the total?
The money that they bill us at the hospital, where they amputate my leg was 890,000, sir. And then we have been able to raise 250,000 for the hospital. And even there are some hospital that was treated in the state hospital, we raised almost 170,000 there that we have paid using treatment, but we are unable to raise the money for surgery. That is why they have to discharge me to another hospital. Even in the orthopedic hospital, my mommy rally around. She has to be the one to pay the bills there. But where they amputate my leg, it was 890,000 that they bill us. But then what we paid there now is just 250,000.
So you have a balance in excess of.
Now the balance that we ought to pay them now is 633,500. That's the balance, sir.
And you are trusting God that this money will come out speedily.
I'm
And
hoping.
then you have to get back to your life aside this treatment.
I hope that I will get help from good, kind-hearted people, and I believe that if they help me, I pay up the bills, I'll be able to stand up to get back to work and then start a new life.